no tracks this side. We're going to turn around again. Cindy asking, what's one of the most humorous moments that I can remember from animals on drives? Cindy remembering a drive that Lieschen and Mark were on together. An elephant threw mud at them. Yeah, I mean the first one that came to mind, Cindy, was a similar one just behind here at Spaghetti Junction. It's an elephant cow, myself and Lieschen, and also sprayed mud all over us. I had a very funny moment the other day with Rexon, and Lieschen and I were talking about it earlier as well. It's a great thing being out on the camera with Rexon. Lieshen's always enjoyed it very much, and I've always enjoyed it in terms of the sort of combined skill aspect, apart from the friendship, but also just being able to track things together and find things together. And Rexon's got a great sense of humour and a great passion for this environment, which I enjoy. And we were just below by the lodge, looking for, not looking for, actually following up on the leopard. We'd spent time with Karula and the boys, and there were a group of baboons, and they were going nuts as baboons do when there's leopard. And I'll tell that story further. Just now we just go through that. Ja, hij speelt vast. Hey? Oeh, baie op. Mooi kykie. Katlachters. Katlachters. Hy maak werblus. Hier rond, net hier rond. Net kyk. Sound should be solid again. Just telling Lieschen we should be looking around here carefully. The impalas are still relaxed. We have a very good possibility of finding these leopard for the end of drive. Right? Especially when you want to hear an indication. Suddenly there's all kinds of, the bush is alive with the sound of warning calls. But so just to finish that story, and it was just the other day, so certainly that's why it's a fresh memory. We were watching, the baboons were going ape up in the tree, looking towards where the leopards were, calling, bah, the whole thing, and they were jumping from between room 2 and 3, or 3 and 4, 2 and 3 I think, and the one male jumped from one branch to the next, and it's a dead tree, but a big, the log, the tree trunk. The fellows are quite focused. I don't think they've seen something, but they've heard a couple of Franklin alarm calls. Let's just look at, let's see, they're not stressed, but they're looking consistently in that direction towards our right. The impala on the right there is looking there now. The others are facing the other way, but casually. He's more, you can see, he's sort of on sort of most alert watch. Anyway, this baboon jumped from one branch to the next, and as I said, I don't know if I had time to show you how thick the trunk was in the end, but very thick branch. That's a sound that's not too bad. Let's go check Spaghetti Junction quickly. There was an alarm call as opposed to the sort of sunset calls from Franklin's, and the impala is looking that way as well. They're very alert to the environment, understandably so. They need to survive in it on a much more primal, direct way than we do. But anyway, he jumped from this one branch to the other, and as I said, it's a thick branch, like that thick, heavy branch, long. What's going on, guys? Come on. Yes, they're on tiptoe. And they're not even looking or listening at us. Their ears aren't even pointing our way. And let me finish that story. I'm drawing it out too long. The baboon jumped from one branch onto this thick branch, and the whole thing broke. The whole thing broke off. I'm talking about 10, 12 foot of branch with other smaller branches on it, and they fell down probably 7, 8 meters, 20 feet into the bush. The baboon didn't get hurt, but I'm sure, seker het sy gat afgeskrik, as we'd say in Afrikaans. I'm sure he almost atotomized his tail like a skink when it gets a big fright. It was very funny. Rexon cracked up laughing. I was also laughing hard for a while. So yeah, many funny moments. Rexon, yeah, he's a laugh. Yeah. Oh, that was brilliant.
He's marketing himself or what?
He says, yeah, it makes me look beautiful about his tortoise shell hat. I'm just going to check the Spaghetti Junction quickly because there wasn't major. We didn't hear any other alarm calls. There's a group of monkeys in that area that normally around now would have spotted a leopard if it was around, but not necessarily. That could be a little bit elsewhere. But the impalas are keeping watch back there, as we clearly saw. They would see the leopard certainly if they come out of there. So we've got a team of watchers there. If they see them, they'll make a shot and a noise and a loud noise, and we'll hear it. We'll go back. So we'll just check Spaghetti Junction. I'm going to go back there again. I do think our best chance of finding leopard would be around that area, unless they've snuck around those impala. That wouldn't make sense. Although, hey, I say I'm talking fast. Sorry. Unless I was going to say that it doesn't make sense for them to have snuck around those impala. They would probably just walk past. Although, especially if Karula is hunting, then it would be worth her while to avoid them. She wouldn't hunt a male impala. It's not impossible. She could.
Like Michel might.
Misha might hunt an elephant if he was given the opportunity. A herd of elephant, even better, because then he's got more opportunity. But male impala is potentially quite dangerous for anything really, but for a female leopard. And I've never seen her catch or never seen her on a male impala carcass that I can remember. Maybe I have young one. But the point is, if they avoid the impala and avoid detection, that avoids alarm calls, and that means the possibility of surprise for a further prey is more. But I don't see any tracks here, so anyway, we'll have a look. It's possible. Otherwise we'll go back to Chelapan. I do like Chelapan, it's one of their spots. Dave. Firstly, Dave. Dave, as I was saying before we were breaking up there. Right? What? What? Liesjen's asking me something behind there. Dave, firstly, just very nice to have you on Drive With Us. I know you are on Drive With Us often, but I think Dave is sort of quite often the more sort of silent, quiet, silent type. Dave, just thank you also for so many great videos. Dave has put together many great videos and picture compilations, and again, I've seen you sort of do more of that and grow with that as well over the years, and also someone that, even though we don't talk that often, Dave, it's been a pleasure getting to know you and to know you, and certainly to keep on knowing you as well. Dave is asking if we could stand in front of that tree where we saw Karula and the boys the first time. It's a long call, it's not bad, it's a long call. And Franklins are a bit jumpy this time of the afternoon, because you can imagine why. If you're a Franklin or Impala or a squirrel, now this is when the big things with the soft padded paws are starting to move around. So they tend to be a little bit, a bush moves funny and they go, "Rah!" So that wasn't a alarm call. So let's keep careful eyes out here. The Impalas are still there. Now I'm not sure, I think you're mentioning of, you know which one he's talking about? The first time we saw the cubs by the lodge. It's that big jackalberry tree when we saw in Djuma the first time. Dave, I don't think we're going to have opportunity to go there and stand in front of it, but maybe when we come visit, we'll go and stand there for a picture. That was actually great, seeing him the first time. I didn't know him yet as who he was or recognize him. Of course, later on we got to know them very well.